We are going live. We are live.
Sure.
Perfect. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to SkillArbitrage YouTube channel. So our today webinar is really special because it's not going to be just inspirational, but also will give insights on how to start your virtual assistance company or how to be a virtual assistant. So we today we have a special guest with us. First of all, my name is Hena and I'm your host for this webinar. Our special guest is Pooja Jain. She's housewife. She is also a freelancer. She actually turned engineer turned freelancer, and in this session she will be sharing her story, her side of story, that how she started as a virtual assistant, and she's also a technical document specialist. And thank you, Pooja, for being here with us. So I think you are talking to your
Yeah.
daughter.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, you were saying
It's
something.
really
Okay.
inspirational, no? Being a mother, being a housewife, you still you managed to work hard. You
Yeah,
still didn't give up your dreams.
yeah, that's true. I always wanted to switch back to work. However, I couldn't take up a full-time career again with any of the corporate industries because I didn't have the feasibility to work like 9 to 5. And that's why when I attended the boot camp with Skill Arbitrage, I thought of starting with freelancing. And I was not
Wow.
aware also about the remote opportunities which have, boomed up post COVID, which was not there before, much of it. Yeah, so it has been a great start.
Amazing. So it must have been really difficult for you, like uh, being a housewife, being a mother, and then starting your own freelance journey. How was it? How you got the courage to start it?
I mean, I wanted to get back to work. That was the biggest motivation factor. Apart from that, yeah, it was very difficult because I had taken a break of almost 5 years in my career. So initial 3 to 4 months were challenging, but now I am like set into a routine. Or like with freelancing, it's very important to be self-disciplined because here you don't have anybody else monitoring you or monitoring your work. Like you are the whole and soul for your job. So yes, you have
Yeah.
to be extremely disciplined. You need to have a proper schedule in place when you have, multiple clients, and plus when you have commitments towards your home, plus multiple clients. So you need to have a fixed routine, a fixed timetable, and you have to follow that.
Yeah, I can understand that. So
Yeah.
let's start our session on virtual assistant. So you only do virtual assistant or assistants or other projects also?
No, some of my projects are related to virtual assistants. Apart from that, I do technical documentation, user manuals writing. I have also done profiles related to, a mixed profile which has work related to the HR, LinkedIn based marketing, um, simple content creation. So, yeah, I have been into multiple roles in the last 7 months apart from virtual assistants as well.
So the engineering degree, is it playing any role in this?
Yeah, of course. I mean, your research capabilities play a role, but I wouldn't say much of it, except for the technical documentation aspect. I don't believe engineering degree is actually making such a crucial role because that helps with technical documentation because it's easier if you have an technical background, it's easier to understand how the application works and all. But yeah, even technical documentation to some extent is common sense and it is not actually detailed engineering oriented, I would say. So I would just say it's like 20% useful, my engineering degree. Otherwise, the rest 80% is more of, your research capabilities, your Google research capabilities, generic research capabilities, your generic understanding of things. That's all.
Perfect, perfect. I can understand. So, uh, I want to start really basic for our audience that what is virtual assistants? What kind of work basically a virtual assistant do?
So virtual assistance is like, it depends upon the kind of organization you're working with. But now I have done projects. So basic virtual assistant is nothing but a admin job. All the administrative tasks like, sometimes call management, email management, or other than that, web research, data entry. That is, in a generic terms, what virtual assistant does. Data entry, research, web research, then email management and call management, depending upon the country you live in and the client from which country he or she is. Yeah, so that's all. And if you have, more advanced skill sets, then of course that's like an icing on the cake. But all these things come under virtual under assistance. These are the basic things. Yeah.
And it's completely virtual, right? I mean, you can do it from your home. You can, like today, I'm hosting the webinar from a very beautiful cafeteria. I mean, so we can do it. Like it's complete freedom. You can do at your comfort.
Yeah, you can do at your comfort, but then of course you have to be on page with the client in terms of work timing and all those things, because maybe the client wants you to be available in his time zone for maybe an hour or two. And some
Mhm.
clients are okay even if you're not available in their time zone. So it depends upon the work. Yeah, but then of course you have to be available for a few hours in the client's time zone. That's the only thing. So that you can coordinate with him. And you need to, with virtual assistants, you need to have regular follow-ups. That is one thing. So yeah, because in generic Indian language, you can say it is the job of a personal assistant in India, handling all the administrative work for any CEO or any business owner.
Yes, I even the big companies they have difficulty in managing their daily task. So
Mm,
sometimes hiring or on contracts it's not cost
yeah,
effective or mostly not a easy option. So they
yeah,
so they hire so they outsource, basically we can say that outsource the
yeah.
freelancers to do their work, right? So Pooja, I would like to know when you started being a virtual assistant, when you actually started and how it grew.
Okay. So, to your previous question before that, so you asked me like, apart from this, what are the other things that the virtual assistant can do? So now I have a client, an Indian client with whom I work. So, like he is shifting, he's basically a CEO of a company, and for his personal work, I mean, nothing related to his office thing, but he's moving to a new apartment. So since he's moving to a new apartment, there are many things which he has to look at, like home automation. Then he has to look at, buying the different electronic equipments for his new apartment. So getting the quotation from the best brands, setting up calls for him. All these tasks also come under the profile of a virtual assistant. And like the commitment towards his projects is like less than 15 hours a month. In a month, less than 15 hours, because they are very small projects, just doing web research or just getting the quotations. So this is something like, since he's such a busy person that he does not have the time to do all this, or maybe doing the travel planning for him. Travel planning is also a very crucial thing which a virtual assistant does. For if the assistant is working on the personal front of the client, not for his business use but for his personal usage, then travel planning is something which the clients, which comes under the profile of a virtual assistant. Yeah, so that was about the first thing that you asked. And I started with virtual assistant. My first project was in the month of June last year.
Last year.
So
Okay.
there was a client from Virginia Beach, USA, and I got connected with her via Fiverr freelancing platform. And we started our work. So she has her own startup notary related business over there. So she wanted to do a lot of things like digital marketing, email marketing, setting up calendar management for him, and all those things. So yes, so she was my first client for whom I worked as a VA. So we worked together like around for 1.5 to 2 months. And but she was a low paying client, and then that's why I, after getting some experience of what a virtual assistant does, I withdrew from that project. Then I started working for an Indian client as a virtual assistant. That was in the that was from the month of August, and that was from the month of August. That was from the month of August, and so this is the same client that I'm talking about. Like, he's the CEO of a company, and I have to manage a lot of his personal front work. Just give me a minute.
I'm sorry. I think, yeah, as I told everyone that she is not just a freelancer but also a housewife. So she's maybe taking 5 minutes to just handle her baby.
Sorry for the disturbance. Yeah, you can continue, Meena. Yeah.
No worries. So how many offers did you send before you got one on Fiverr? Or did you send offers
The
like,
way Fiverr works is you send your proposals on Upwork. On Fiverr, you get invites from the client directly. So
yeah.
on Upwork, I mostly applied for, yeah, I applied for a few VA jobs, maybe 6 or 7 on Upwork before getting my first. But the one which I got, I did not apply for it because it was a direct invite from the client. And I already did like 4 to 5 jobs on Upwork, and I had testimonials from the client, and that is when I got this virtual assistant contract job invitation directly from the client, from the Indian client. The client is Indian, but it is from Upwork. Yeah, I got connected by Upwork.
As Pooja, as I know that you are also enrolled in our one of our skill arbitrage course. Um, how is it going? Is it helping you with
Not
the growth?
much, actually. It's 5 courses that I've taken up. So,
Oh wow,
remote enhancing, artificial intelligence, and virtual assistant. In fact, the virtual assistant I've not started only. I have like I did not join the course started, but then I will take it up at a later point because I have 3 ongoing projects. Wherein in one project I work, 2 projects I work as a VA, and one project I work as a technical documentation specialist. So I don't have the time and the bandwidth, and hence I have just rescheduled that course. And apart from that, yes, it was getting difficult for me to manage. But yeah, somehow I did it. One course is done. Second course is like going on. So
wow. It's good, good. Like that's what you can do your course like sitting in your home at your comfort level. You can watch the recordings and all. So that's why we made our platform like that. So, Pooja, I would like to ask that uh, what are your further plans? How you think you're gonna grow your virtual assistant work, or are you gonna start a company or
I mean, what I've understood in the last 7 months is you can't grow unless you have a team with freelancing. I mean, you can do 2 or 3 projects at a time, but when you want to grow in this market, like you want to take up at least, because I have like declined almost 8 jobs in the last 1 month. And the thing is, I've not applied for those jobs. Most of them are from Upwork, and I have also given the interview with the client, like, but then I couldn't take it up because of my time commitments towards my family and the ongoing projects. But when I said no to the full time thing, the client also offered me a part time position, again a US based company. But then with the ongoing projects, I'd already signed off, so I couldn't take it up. So that time I understood in the last 1 month, especially with the kind of offers that I've been getting, that it's impossible to grow without a team. So at least you need to have, like, two to three, two resources under you. But then even that takes time and effort to get the right resources. And in fact, I hired also in between one or two resources. But then, just as I said, the quality again matters. Otherwise, it becomes more difficult. So yeah, I want to build up my team. That is for sure, because otherwise you cannot do more than 2 to 3 projects at a time.
Okay. So all these projects which you are getting are from Fiverr and Upwork only, or they're from other platforms also?
No, they are from most of them are from Upwork and Fiverr, and otherwise mouth referral. I mean, some of the Indian clients have again given my referral to another client. So like that, I got one more project in India itself, which went on for 2 months. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. So all in all, I can see how you are planning you planning your future also as a virtual assistant.
Yeah.
So what skill actually a virtual assistant require, and also the documents management that you do, the technical documents management. What skill it really require, and where can they be learned? Like we are one of the course providing platform, and where you have learned this, we want to know that.
So, I would say the skills that are required for a virtual assistant is, the most important skill is research skills, doing web research. I mean, Google will answer everything, but you need to know the right way of doing it. And of course, you need to know basic AI tools like ChatGPT. It is very important because um, when you want to do any task, I mean, it could be as simple as proofreading a document, because when you work as a VA, you tend to make a lot of documents, and of course you cannot just give it away without proofreading, right? So like there are, for every task related to VA, there are so many AI related tools which can help you, which are available, but you don't know about it. So I would say for a VA, the most important skills are research skills, and he or she should be knowing basic tools, AI tools like ChatGPT, and yeah, ChatGPT is a must. And apart from that, there are AI tools for everything. Like for Canva, also is something which is Canva is also something which is like too much in, and knowing basic graphics is very important again. Today, most of the jobs on Upwork require skills related to Canva as well. So I would say basic research skills and AI skills like ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a must. Apart from that, there are so many other tools for email marketing. So MailChimp, knowing all those things is like a very good thing. Yeah.
So Pooja, one last question that out of curiosity I'm asking, and we so how our the courses, how they are helping you, I mean what skill you have learned from our courses.
So as I told you, MailChimp, email marketing tools like MailChimp, video graphics like ChatGPT, not sorry, like video graphics using Canva, then of course ChatGPT. Then I was not aware about the tons of tools which are available for everything. Like, you can generate a PPT automatically. There's a way where you can integrate Excel to ChatGPT. automatic generation of images using AI tools, how HR recruitment can be done in spite of having zero knowledge of HR domain. So how do you get the knowledge from? So for all these skills, like the kind of AI tools, the kind of knowledge which is shared by the AI tools is like too much. It's like a knowledge base. So all these things I've got to know via my training on AI for business growth in that specific course, where we had a specific assignment related to every skill that we were learning in the course. So that has helped me a lot.
Wow, amazing. I must say, after watching you, like, I am so motivated, I can also do something. So, yeah, it's really, good to see, uh, yeah, that women of our country are growing, they are independent. So, anything else, Pooja, you want to add, you want to share, for our audience?
So you also mentioned for technical documentation, right? So I mean, AI tools can help you with technical documentation also, because even if you have a technical video with the help of an AI tool, you can transcript that video completely. And AI has just made everything so simple that even a non-technical person, for doing technical documentation, you don't have to be specifically from a technical background,
Tech.
because it's like, how does a washing machine work? Okay, so you are writing a manual for that. That is like one of the jobs of the technical documentation specialist. Like, you are writing a user manual. Now, with the help of the AI tools that we have, again, you don't need to know everything in detail. Even if you have a basic understanding of things, using AI and using your skill set, basic logical understanding, you can come up with it. So, technical documentation has a lot of scope, and just as I said, with the help of AI tools, because I do a lot of this, like on my technical documentation project, um, the way the videos come to me, I completely transcript it using an AI tool, which makes my work like 70% easy, and it is like 70% done. Is the rest, you do it also fast, and the output is also very accurate, because a tool is doing that. Human error is also not there. It's like 70% is done, 30% is what you have to document it. So that is the power of AI. Any task which would primarily like take 9 hours can be done in 3 hours max now.
Oh, wow, beautiful.
So
I'm glad to hear your journey, and I'm so inspired by you, Pooja. Thank you for joining us. I
yeah.
think you cannot give us enough time. You have a baby to look
So if there's
after. Yeah.
anything else, I am available for the next 5, 7 minutes. If there's anything else you can ask me, I will surely
Yes.
answer.
If there will be questions in our chat section, I will read it out. We will answer those questions. Anything else, Pooja, you would like to share with the audience from your
Yeah.
virtual assistant?
So what I would like to share is like, that is a normal complaint that most of them who enroll for these courses with skill arbitrage do. So they say that we do not means we are doing whatever that we can do, but we are not getting response from the client. But then what I would like to say is, you have to be highly disciplined in what you're doing. Like when I started from the place where my entire batch started, but in my batch, hardly 6 to 7 or 8 of them, were getting projects on a consistent basis. The reason being, uh, I mean, every minute on Upwork, there are almost 15 jobs, 10 to 15 jobs posted, out of which, 6 to 7 are completely genuine. But it was when one of my recent projects which I signed, and which I got also, it was again from a US based client, and the requirement was he wanted a freelancer from India. I applied on the job on the third day after the job was posted. On the third day, and still the job was not being still the number of proposals which came to the job were very less. I mean, either the freelancers don't look at the job options which are available clearly, because there are so many options. Either they are not, trying their efforts on the number of proposals they are sending. I mean, no one is going to give you a job when you send your first proposal. I sent myself 15 proposals before getting my first job on Upwork also, because you realize your mistakes, what mistakes you are doing when you practice. Unless and until you will practice and go wrong. And there are people who have got their first jobs after writing 50 proposals, but then once the start is done, after that, once you start getting testimonials on your profile, then there's no ending. You don't have to apply. Means I don't apply for jobs. Very few jobs I apply. Otherwise, I automatically get an invite from the client. That is the power of testimonials. But that will only come when, I mean, at least 15 proposals will fail. There are people whom I know who have like gone bad with 50 proposals, but they still kept trying. And after that, once they started, now they are doing very good. So yeah, and after getting, I mean, I would suggest always quality is important than quantity. Like there are people who will take 5 projects, but then they cannot give their 100% to five. Even if the person is working full time, it is very difficult if it's an ongoing role to give equal time to 5 projects. So I would say always take less number of projects, but whatever you are giving, you give it 100%, because that would give you a positive recommendation on the specific platform that you're working, and that adds a lot of value to your profile. So when you want to increase your rates from the rate, of course after 6 months you will look at increasing your rates, then you can easily increase and the client will agree also to that.
So, any hacks you would like to share for virtual assistants out there? Like any hack you know, or by experience you got to know?
I mean, any for what thing in a virtual assistant, for getting the job or for
For doing the virtual assistant work, like managing a, calendar, also this also work, right?
yeah, managing the calendar, proofreading, um
Proofreading.
yeah, proofreading is there, managing calendar is there, then email management is there. Yeah, these are all the
And what is
basic.
the email management? What's there?
Email management, the client will like mostly what the client does is, if he has a personal assistant, he will create a separate account for him, and either you have to overlook at the client's account if he allows you to his email account. Otherwise he'll forward you the essential email threads onto your account, and then whatever the action is supposed to be taken, or if you have to write a proposal depending on the business. Like for the client whom I work, he has his own smart home automation company. So when he has to submit a proposal to the client, we have some predefined templates. And those templates, there are some modifications which are to be done. So depending on the specific client, like a data entry thing, as I told you, some templates are there. Depending on the requirement, you have to just enter the data where it is required. So this kind of email management. So you are notified about these kind of things via email by the client. So then accordingly you work, and so you need to be highly organized for a VA profile. I mean, you need not know the specific technicalities of the job which is to be done, but you need to know an overview of it, and you have to be very much organized, because there would be like 15 to 20 things which are going around, and sometimes even the client forgets that he had, you know given such a request to you. But you have to be very much organized in your work.
Yes, I can hear that. Like, the work is not very technical. You can take help of the AI, but you need to
Yeah.
be very disciplined, organized,
Then
be
document
very accurate about your
managing the
work.
documents is something. which comes under the VA role, like managing the folders, the shared folder of the
It
client,
requ-
organizing them.
yeah, it
So it's just
requires
like
discipline. Yeah,
physical organization of files that we do physically. The same way everything is done digitally. So that's what, as I said, you don't have to be very much technically competent to do this kind of work, but you need to be very much highly organized to do everything.
yeah. Uh, Thank you, Pooja, for this inspirational session. Definitely, our audience will gonna love this session and
Yeah.
inspired by it. Definitely. So let's end this session. And thank you to thank you to Pooja for joining us, and thank you to our audience for listening to our conversation, our dialogue, and bye to you also, little baby. Thank you for not disturbing your mother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And thank you to our viewers also. Do subscribe to our channel and don't miss to hit the like button.